Hi there folks, well welcome back to my channel, and for this video I have come to New Lanark, which is one of the UNESCO heritage sites in Scotland. I'm trying to think, there's Edinburgh Old Town, Edinburgh New Town, 99 Wall, St Kilda, and there's quite a few sites up in Orkney, and there's here at New Lanark. I think there's about 8 or 9 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Scotland, so this is one of them. This is somewhere that I remember coming to as a kid. I remember coming here quite a few times, and it was just always a really lovely place to come and visit and explore. And it was actually set up as a mill town. It's right on the banks of the River Clyde, and it's quite close to the Falls of Clyde, which is why it was set up where it is, because then they could use the water from the falls in order to power the mills. And it was later taken on by Robert Owen, who was an industrial reformer and was making sure that the workers had good working conditions, nice houses, that the kids were educated. And so that's who New Lanark is mostly associated with, is Robert Owen, and a lot of the reforms that he brought about. Probably will show a lot more about the history of New Lanark when I actually get down to the village itself, because where you park when you visit is just outside the village itself, and you have to walk down. Because it's a bit like Luss, where the streets are quite narrow. There's people who actually still live in the village, and they don't want to have the village kind of overrun with too many cars, with folk coming in. So you park in the visitor centre car park and walk down the road. And with the visitor centre car park, it's paying display, but it's like £3 for 24 hours. So again, you don't have to worry about rushing back up to check your ticket or putting your ticket in the car. When you arrive, you put in £3 and that'll do you all day. So I'm going to stop yapping on. I'm going to grab my things and head on down. Before I do that, if you're enjoying my channel, if you're enjoying my videos, if you can click on the subscribe button, click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments, it's always really appreciated. And if you'd like to support the channel further, I will post a link to the channel's coffee.com page and the channel's TikTok account in the description bar below and in a pinned comment in the comments section. So with that out the road, I'm going to grab my things, head on out, and enjoy this glorious weather. Yeah, so this is the path down from the car park. You should be able to get some good views of the village itself on the way down. And there are some little walks around the car park as well, so if you want to have a wee wander around them. And you can see part of the New Lanark village down there. And I've got this wee image here that actually gives you a good idea of the layout of New Lanark itself. And you can just see some of it down there through the trees. Yeah, and just be aware that the footpath is kind of steep in places, so just be aware of that. Yeah, as I was saying before, I used to come here as a kid, but it has been a good few years since I've been here last. So it's just nice to be able to come back and visit somewhere that I do have a lot of happy childhood memories of. And there is, as I was saying before, there is the Falls of Clyde, which you can walk up to and have a wander around. So I will definitely try and get up to the falls and let you see what they're like. If I'm not mistaken, there is supposed to be a nature reserve up there, so I'll have to have a wee look at that. This is me just coming into the town itself, and it's just as gorgeous as I remember it. Very Georgian in its architecture. I'll turn the camera around and let you have a good look at it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah, it's also not hurting the fact that it is a beautiful day as well. There is also a youth hostel in the village, so if you want to stay over, that's a good option. So a lot of the mill buildings are still intact. I think there's the school buildings over that way, over just past the telephone box. I'm going to be heading to the visitor centre. So there are signs for the Falls of Clyde, which go up in that direction. Yeah, and people actually do still live in these buildings. Gorgeous to live in. Well, I found Robert Owen's house. And that's Robert Owen himself, a portrait of. And I think there's actually more of a display down the stairs. Can't go up the stairs at the moment. So I've got a wee kitchen area down here. Okay, I think there's the visitor centre in there. Try to find a wee gate at this wee garden area. Yeah, I think that building there's the hotel. So that's another option for you to stay in if you want to stay in New Lanark. So these are the opening times. It's the way in here. Yeah, so if you're looking for a location in Scotland to get married, you can get married in New Lanark itself. And a wee bit of important information, if you are needing disabled parking when you're visiting New Lanark, you can park at the visitor centre. And I think I've got about 25 minutes to kill because I'm checking the Annie McLeod experience ride, but it's this ride that kind of shows you some of the history of New Lanark. Again, I remember going on it as a kid, and it's something that a lot of people do come and enjoy when they're here. So I've got about 25 minutes to kill before I can get on that. So I thought I'd go for a wee wander first and try and show you some more of the village. So this is one of the mill worker houses. Quite a contrast from Robert Owen's house. So that there's a wee culvert for the mills, so it's essentially siphon off water from the River Clyde in order to power the mills themselves. And yeah, they do have some animatronic dinosaurs as part of the Jurassic Lanark display they've got on just now. So there's some dinosaurs down here at New Lanark, and there's some more dinosaurs in the centre of the Lanark itself. Yeah, I'm just being very aware of my time. I think I've got about 15-20 minutes. So I might go try and get across to show you the school building, if I can. If I can't, I'll be coming back down this way anyway, because there's some stuff down this way I want to show you. So I'll get to show you the school building anyway. But definitely want to go on the Annie McLeod experience and hopefully show you some of that. This is me just heading on to the Annie McLeod experience. So that there's one of the steam engines that they would have used for the mills. So that there.
Annie McLeod and was coming to that. Welcome to the spirit world of New Lanark. Do you believe in ghosts? Maybe you can't see us, but we're right here. We live on in the walls around you.
Well, that's me finished Annie McLeod's experience, and the way that it's set up, because I came over that wee bridge bit between the two of the buildings, I'm now on the other side of that wee culvert thing. So I'm gonna head down this way and try and explore some of the stuff closer to the river. Probably try and get up to the schoolhouse as well. And I'll probably try and turn the phone around as well and try and show you the scale of this. That's how big this is. And this here is an example of one of the factory floors. And something like this would have been like really, really noisy. Yeah, I think I might do a separate video for that, because I think this one itself is getting a bit long. Yeah, that's the Falls of Clyde up that way. There's still a working water wheel. And this here is the River Clyde. You would not think this is the same river that goes through Glasgow and down to Largs. So this has been the school that the children would have gone to when they weren't working in the mills. So in here they've got this display looking at the conservation work that was carried out on the school building. So we're looking at the roofers and the masons and all the work that was carried out. And they have a proper cinema, which they use to show this movie about the history of New Lanark. And how it was restored. Because New Lanark wasn't always cared for. And how you see it now has been years of restoration work. This has all changed even from when I came here as a kid. I suppose like one of the tenements. Right, to give you an idea of what beds were like back then. I like a lot of the alcove beds that you get in some of the older cottages, or down at the tenement house in Glasgow. There's a photo of them there. And this is the old classroom. So the dominie or the teacher would be up at the front, with the kids at their desks. Well, that's me finished my visit around New Lanark, and today the weather has been absolutely gorgeous. The sun's been splitting the skies all day, it's been really warm. The only thing is, walking back up that hill when it's boiling hot to get to the car park, oh seriously, it was just, it can get quite hot and quite sweaty. So if you're going to be visiting and you're parking in the visitor car park at the top of the hill, yeah, just take your time on that hill, because yeah, it can get you out of puff, that's for sure. But again, the views from just to walk up and down that hill across New Lanark, it's definitely worth it. And yeah, and again, and having not been here for years, I've really enjoyed coming back and having a good visit and a good wander around. And it was just nice to to see a place that, again, I've had so many happy childhood memories. Remember coming here with mum and dad, and again, just being surrounded by so much history. And yeah, it's the fact that New Lanark as well went from being this industrial village to being nearly in ruin, to being restored over decades to where it is now, and is now being recognised the world over, and is being recognised by organisations like UNESCO for its historical and cultural importance. So it is one of those places that if you are coming to Scotland, you definitely have to come and visit. You have to see it. It's a beautiful, gorgeous place, so much history, and it's somewhere that is, I would say, a jewel in Scotland's crown, and is definitely worth coming for a visit. So hopefully you will all have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you will all find New Lanark intriguing and you all will want to come and visit. And hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.